Good evening. I am Gregg Richards, for those of you who don't know me, but I think I know most of the people here tonight. I'm currently on the Shrewsbury Select Board. Yes, thank you. If you didn't know, Anand and I actually ran against each other last year. So we went through this whole campaign process 1 year ago, and I want to tell a couple stories here about that experience and why I'm here tonight to support Anand. Before I even ran for select board, I was getting involved with a lot of the things that I thought in town needed to be addressed. Primarily around development. We saw a lot of apartments going in. We saw increases in traffic, stress on our schools. There was this whole concept about this MBTA Communities Act. And throughout that process, somebody who was always at these meetings when I would go, and it would be Anand. Anand was always there. He was always somebody who was interested in what's going on in town. And then the more I started paying attention to what was going on in the community, every time I would go someplace, I would see Anand. Where it would be, Spirit of Shrewsbury, Rotary Club, he's on the 300th anniversary, so he's involved with everything around town. And I really didn't know him super well at the time, but I started to talk to him at these meetings and so forth. But one of the things I vividly remember was when I was walking around town, door knocking last year, going up to hundreds of houses, talking about what the challenges were of the community and listening to those people in town. And I would walk away from a house, I would go back to the sidewalk, I'd start walking to the next house, and I would see this white Tesla. And the white Tesla would always be in front of me, and it would always be going to like the next house I was going to. And I'm like, what is with the white Tesla? He's always like right in front of me. So all of a sudden I see him like, Anand? And he would be with this flyer, he'd be going up to the house in front of me. And this probably happened like 3 or 4 times. And finally, I think we must have talked 2 or 3 times along the campaign. And they'd be like, hey Anand, how's it going? How many houses did you hit today? He's like, oh, I was over here, I was over there, I did about 50, how about you? How's it going? And it was always very cordial because I never really viewed, let's say, Anand as a competitor. We were competing, but I don't think we were competing because a lot of the beliefs Anand has, a lot of things he was campaigning on were the same things. It was like, what do you think about all the development in town? He's like, I don't like it. I'm like, okay, good, I don't either. So what do you think about the impact of traffic and increasing classroom sizes of schools? Like, I don't like it. What do you think about the quality of water? He's like, it could be better. I'm like, okay, we're aligned. So there's really nothing that really ever came up that we didn't agree on. Now, I don't think that Anand and I agree on everything, and I think that's healthy. Like, we don't need boards and groups that everybody agrees and everybody's on the same page. I think we need a healthy debate. One of the arguments I always made before I even ran